Hello, all. A very warm good morning to all delegates, Dr. Deepu, Dr. Priya, and all the members of Annoor family, delegates from state of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Delhi, UP, Himachal, and from the northeast. A warm good morning to you all. So before starting today's our topic, so I'll just narrate you a small story which has happened in 2011, April 2nd. India was playing a World Cup final, that too cricket World Cup final, and India was chasing us to a score of 274 in Wangde Stadium and batting second. India lost 3 wickets for 110. The Indian captain promoted himself above the informed Yuvraj, and he came and he changed the entire scenario. Finally India has won the World Cup. So, what is so special about this person? Whenever I talk about MS Dhoni, I've got 100 tongues. That's what my friends say. But please do understand this way. See, he is from a very ordinary background, and he didn't have any pedigree, which is like won by many of the superstars. But he came, he conquered, and he was not so talented as the great Saurav Ganguly, Virat Kohli, or even Rohit Sharma. But he remained and he still remains as the best captain ever India has and the world has seen, just because of one fact: the confidence which he had. The confidence never comes from anywhere. It comes from experience, and experience comes from practice. And definitely, when you practice quite a lot, when you think with a open heart, and finally you get the poised mind. So today's topic, Alistair, prepare yourself for the examination. Okay. See, always understand this way. Preparation is the key for everything, whether it is academics, whether it's your family matters, social matters, practice, anywhere, preparation is the key. Whenever you go and talk to a person, so if it is a pre-decided meeting, always prepare and go. What are the points to discuss? And it's on huge impact on the entire scenario. The first and foremost thing we discussed about confidence. Second thing is the passion. When I talk about passion, please do understand this way. A whole story of the Pandavas and Kauravas. Pandavas and Kauravas started on the same day in the Gurukul of the great Guru Drona, because they were the princes, royal princes. They had all the amenities in their palace, but what their parents did was they sent them to the Guru Drona, and they like ashram was set in the countryside outside the Hastinapur. So they joined on the same day. Initial phases, everything was quite normal. They lived in harmony, they lived in peace, and they lived in love. And they used to see Guru's system was like this. They used to get up early in the morning together. Then they used to help in the household activities. Then they used to go for the pranayama. They used to have the breakfast together, lunch together. Then after the shikshas, definitely they used to have the martial art practice. They used to take bath together, and finally they used to sleep together. One day they were having dinner, and a wind blew, and the oil lamp lights were not there. Oil lamp blew, like went off. So but everybody stopped eating, but the great passionate or a eater, Bhima was still eating. Ajay was sitting next to him. He understood the fact that if you know the target, you can hit in the night. So that night onwards, Arjuna practiced in such a way that he could conquer any opponent that used to come. So Drona heard the sound, what is happening in the night. He came out and see Arjuna practicing. He asked, so he explained the scenario. So Drona was greatly moved by this attitude, the dedication, the commitment, and hard work. From that day onwards, Arjuna became Drona's pet student. Then the scenario changed, and finally, you know what happened? He became the warrior beyond ages. Till today, after around 6,000 years, we discuss about them. So now, always the preparation is a long process, basically a long process. All of you know that the Rome was not built in a day. So it needs a meticulous and precise networking and definitely a hardworking pattern to achieve it. So as far as when you discovered examination, these are the 4 points to be discussed. The first is preparation. Okay, we know. Second is how to write. If you are prepared well, you know how to write. And during the exam days or maybe the study days, the food is one of the major concern. Definitely, you should plan in such a way that the food also contributes your academics. And the most important factor is going to be the mindset. Even if you are prepared well, if you know how to write, and if you have taken the proper food, But still, if you are tense, you're gone. You should have that proper mindset. Now, we are just talking about two types of exam preparation. First is the early preparation. If you have started from the day one, okay. So it's like this, every day you have to set aside a little time for studies. See, as students, okay, nowadays everybody gets up late, but still it's fine because the campus itself contains the hostel, almost all hostels. Local, it's fine. Now, but the problem is that even if you get up at least 1 hour, 1.5 hours early from the college, so you have for all the primary activities, you have the time. And if possible, just pray for 5 minutes, just do slightly little bit stretching. And if possible, and the theory classes which you have going to have, please read the topics and go. The previous days classes topic, please read and go, because every college gives notes. And the second thing is that please attend the theory well, please attend the practicals well, work hard, and have proper food, and maybe evening you can have a nap, and you can just have a playtime, and finally you have to study, then you have to go for sleep. This is the student's life. Then only it is complete, a day will be complete. And instead of keeping just for the examination, you have to spread it out. Okay. Now, whenever you prepare for examination or maybe anything, any academical program, you have to make your own goals. And it must be a specific goals, and it should be measurable, and it should be realistic. Mean to say that you have to make your own goals as per your knowledge, your capacities, your intellectual capacity, your IQ, your social capacity, your study materials, your friends, your college, and whatever sources you have. And definitely one more thing, time specific. Most of the time what happens, so I am just sitting here to study, I am ready to study, and I'm ready, like I'm just doing my studies also. The problem is that I'm just taking too much time, because in between my mind wanders away. You have to bring it back. Mind is just like a muscle. You know what? Every time it wanders, you have to bring it back. Then only that concentration power will come. And before your studies, you have to organize your study materials, and not during the studies. Before, if you are setting 6 p.m., you are going to start the studies at 6 p.m. You are going to start your studies at 6 p.m. You have to, the material, study materials must be ready by the time. And as I always told on previously, you have to make a specific time. So X question you are going to study in 30 minutes. You have to finish in 30 minutes. Maximum 35, 40 minutes you have to finish. The mind wanders away in between. You have to bring it back. You have to finish in that time. So then you just try to remember immediately what you have studied. You can write down, you can scribble down. So you'll be sure of the things which you have studied. But always make sure that you are finishing within the time. And always prioritize the important questions. If you start reading from one text from one end to other end, it takes a long time, very long time. It's not possible. So, but important questions, I'll tell you how to like make important questions. You have to catch the important question, then study that, then you go for second important, and finally the least important. And always think in terms of evaluators, and you get this key points. See how the university values, you get the key points from your teachers. You can get this key point, and definitely during your studies, each question you can prepare in such a way that evaluator also putting marks for you. Then, have anyone seen your syllabus? I wonder many a times. I ask my students, and everybody says, almost everyone says no. You have to see the syllabus, and from syllabus you have to mark the most important questions, second most important questions, and least important or less frequently asked questions. And initially you have to study the important questions, second least, but the second important, and the last is the least important. The least important takes little time, and maybe important question takes a lot of time. So if you are planning to finish the entire topics in 20 days, so 10 days, 12 days it goes for the important questions, then 5 to 6 days goes for the second important, and 3 to 4 days goes for the least important questions. So same way, so after 20 to 30 days you can finish one revision, you can go for others. If not useful for this examination, next exam you can go. And every college, as far as my knowledge is concerned, every college gives notes. And if you don't have notes, you can ask us. We can't give you the 100% notes, but the thing is that if you are specific on certain chapters, we are ready to give our notes. So our staffs are ready in any subject. First years you are preparing. So any first year subject, we are ready to give the notes. Only thing is that you have to ask. You can't give the entire notes, but one or two chapters definitely we can give. And whenever just see the picture like this, see whenever you write the notes again, the important point to be highlighted. So again, the day before the examination, if you just run through these things, the important point comes to your mind. And see, technology is everywhere. You can't deny that. See, you open the net, anything is available. Whether it is anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, DADH, anything is available. See, including the demonstration, the videos you can use it. All the information, if you're going just taking your bath, you can just put it on and you can see, just do your work, and definitely you can listen to this also. So always have use the technology for the betterment, and every time and whenever is needed, definitely you can use it, and it is available in the net also. See, campus utilization of the campus is one of the best things in your life, because campus life you get maybe UG time 5.5 years in Kerala, and outside Kerala it's 5 years. This 5 years utilize it. Campus is one of the best places in the earth, and library is one of the most peaceful place. How many of you visited library every day and at least once in a month? Because nowadays I see less amount of students, but my college everybody visit library every day, at least first years. See, the thing is that it's a very peaceful area, and the atmosphere is made in such a way that you can always imbibe knowledge quite a lot. See, you get a lot of books, you have notes, and if you visit library every day, advantage is that that same day, whatever the theory it is taken, you can just go refer 2, 3 texts, and because you are attentive in the class, and you can just write down the extra points from other than the lectures. Definitely, you can just write the extra points, which will be helpful for the examination, not only for the immediate examination, for the entrance examination also. And always you should have some recreation, whether it is music, whether it is sports, whether it is arts, anything. You have to choose one, anyone. Okay, and if you are not interested in any, you can just go for a walk. So definitely, and do a little bit stretching. So the blood circulation and the activity level definitely is going to be high. Always take care of food and little bit exercise also for your own health. See, even if you are the best person, best player in the world, unless you practice, you won't be able to perform that particular day. Same way, examination is also one big match, which you are going to play. And definitely, you have to prepare, because essays, long essays, you can get is maximum 30 minutes. Short essays, maximum you get is 15 minutes. And the short notes, maximum 6 minutes. You have to finish in this time. You get only 180 minutes. That is 3 hours. 3 proper hours you get the right examination. Unless you practice properly, you won't be able to finish. Even if you know all the answers, you won't be able to do it. So you have to do the practice. See, every day, if writing 3 hours is not possible, I know. But today you have studied in essay, and at least you have studied 10 questions. But you can write one essay and one short note you can write. One essay means 30 minutes you have to finish writing. And during the practice session, definitely you don't have to write the entire thing. Please write points, highlight it, box it, whatever is possible. Make sure that your examiner sees it. And if it is short, say 15 minutes. So again, anyway, every day 45 minutes, you can definitely you will be able to spare. So that will help you to write the examination faster and more legible. And anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, only 30% of the questions are repeated. But DADH, 70%. See, if you go through the previous 6 question papers, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, only repetition is for 30%. But DADH, it is 70% plus more. Mean to say that if you refer last 6 or 8 question papers, you are going to pass. Minimum, see, if you know the 70% answers, 60% you're going to get. But there is a question bank which I'll share you at the end of this presentation. That is all these 4 subjects. It is only 250 questions, maybe less than 250 topics. If you study that, 100% of the questions are going to come from that. Now, as far as state of Kerala is concerned, the examination starts at April 10th. So again, almost 1 month is left. 30 days are left. Absolutely, it's going to be fine. You can finish. Even if you have not studied much, still you have enough time to finish. Okay, 4 days you leave it. Rest 24, 26 days are there with you. So 26 days, at least you can allot 6 for anatomy, 6 for DADH, and 4 plus 4 for physiology as well as biochemistry. Still, you are going to finish it if you utilize it. See, 30 days and 250 question means almost 10 questions, maybe 9 questions. It's possible for you. Definitely, it is possible for you. So now I'm just going to talk about the short time. This I was just talking about the entire year's preparation. If not this year, next year it will be useful. And 30 days left for the examination. It is useful. This is going to be useful for you. Anatomy, as I told you earlier, see, we have got certain specific, you can specify questions, but I'll just give you topics here. If anybody wants to take a screenshot of this, definitely please take. And it is 100% useful in the state of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra, as well as Telangana, and maybe all the medical universities in the entire country will be following almost the same pattern. And that was the essays. This is a short note. Again, please take a screenshot of this. And embryology maximum you are going to get is 20 questions. And histology it's 17. Again, please take a screenshot. Genetics again 9 topics. So osteology 15. Altogether, anatomy is going to be 148 questions or maybe 148 topics. Majority of the topics contains only one question. So definitely it is going to be 148 questions only. Coming to VLC, just see the question papers. Anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. The problem is that repetition is less, but it's a huge subject. Huge topics are there. Definitely every time they can ask from each and everything. So, but still, it's possible for you. 148 questions is not much difficult because anatomy means diagrams are majority of the question contain diagrams. If you draw a diagram properly, label it properly, nobody is going to read what is written downstairs. Coming to physiology, it's only 21 topics basically. Questions are more, but it's 21 basically. And physiology is supposed to be easiest among all. And see this. Please take a screenshot. And biochemistry, it is 30 topics. Biochemistry is maybe people say that slightly difficult because it is towards a max, it seems. But the thing is that if you write properly, 100% you get marks you get in biochemistry. Please take a screenshot of this also. So this is a problem with, again, physiology as well as biochemistry. Repetition is slightly less. I mean, DADH. It is 51 topics only. 51 topics only. If you ask me, this is the easiest subject, definitely, because it is slightly more predictable. And maybe 6 to 8 question paper, if you have a 70%, 70% questions are going to be repeat ones. Please take a screenshot of these things. Okay. So just note down these things. See, dental anatomy, you have got only 6 topics. One essay, definite. And oral embryology, again, 5 topics, one essay you are going to get. Oral physiology, 3 topics only. Again, you are sure of one question from oral physiology. Just see this. It is repetition is slightly high, almost 70% repetition you get. 3 to 5 question papers you get. See, 148 anatomy, 21 topics in physiology, 31 topics in biochemistry, DADH, it is going to be 51. All throughout, questions or topics, all throughout is going to be 250 only. See, when you study these 250 topics, most of you, 90% of you might have studied this, and almost all of you have the notes. And if one specific topic, if you don't have notes, please ask us. And we won't give you entire ones, but 1 or 2 topics. If you want, definitely please ask. Definitely, we are going to give you all the notes. If you study this much, you are going to finish the examination with a flying colors, my dear ones. Again, if you have 30 days, 250 questions, maybe 8 or maybe 9, maximum 9 questions every day. If you study, again, you are going to finish it. See, with the IQ of you have cleared the entrance and come for the examinations of PDS course. So definitely it is going to be quite easy for you. And DADH, one more important point. Just see this dental anatomy. We have seen the 6 topic, one essay for sure. Oral histology, again, one essay for sure. These are the topics. Please take a screenshot. Oral short essays, oral histology, it's 2 questions. Dental anatomy, 1 question. Oral physiology, 1 question. And these are the question patterns which is given by the university, Kerala University, Rajiv Gandhi University, and MGR University. And I hope almost all universities follow the same pattern. So before starting the examination itself, before starting the examination itself, so before starting the examination itself, we are going to finish these things because you know where to study from, how to study from, and you have all the study materials. I learned my subject through teaching. 3 years continuously, I taught the entire subject. So became the subject became familiar to me. Same way, after studying, if you discuss it with your friends, if you teach your friends the topic which you have studied, you are going to learn more. That is going to remain with you for the lifetime. So explanation to the students or to your friends definitely helps quite a lot. You may think that they may also learn. See, it's open, knowledge is open. But even if you teach them, they won't grab the 100%. So, but if you teach them or if you explain to them, definitely you are going to learn quite a lot, as well as whatever knowledge you have earned, it is going to be really concreted in your mind. And during my studies, it's long back, maybe 20, 30 years back, when I was studying, 32 years back, when I was studying my first BDS, what I used to do was, I used to study, like I used to make notes, and every day we used to go to the library, at least 1 hour we used to spend. The notes were complete within the library itself. And what I used to do was, I just learned all by heart, or maybe learned these things. Then I used to scribble it, maybe only points I used to write in a small book. The advantage is that, see, examination, 1 or 2 revisions you have done, but on the day before the examination, you can't study the entire notes also. But if you go through these short notes, it's quite easy for you to finish all the topics. And if you forget it, again, you can go back to the other one. And all these type of things you can use in your room, bullets and writing, sticking papers, all the stuffs you can do so that you can remember these things whenever you want. And after every half an hour, after every 1 hour, take a break, like do a slight stretching, and just go for a walk, take a 2 3 deep breaths, and I can just like squeeze your arms just like this, so the blood circulation increases. And the only thing is that after 1 hour, you have just try to remember whatever you have learned. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and maybe you can scribble it down also. So this helps you to remember things which you have studied. Okay. Now, again, you have done your preparations, you have learned, but you should know how to write. Otherwise, there is no use of all these things. Okay. I'll show you an anatomy paper. It is one of my students from the previous batch. The person has written excellently. She has written, and a person has given a number properly, and main number she has given it outside the margin. The title again written, it is been underlined, and content is written. And all the anatomical explanation was done under diagrams. If you see a paper like this, do you think you are going to read this? Because all the diagrams are legible, it is been labeled properly. The person knows the answer, and the handwriting is also good. So definitely the person is going to get a very good marks in the examination. Just see this. DH. So this is again anatomy. Anatomy. See the boxes you just see. The diagrams, how specific it is been. Okay, this is in sessional examination. I have taken one of the best students. So just see the DDH, how diagram has gone, how the person has labeled the diagrams and underlined the things. And especially when you have to differentiate, write the column and differentiate. Just see this. Again, physiology. See biochemistry and physiology, that graph is drawn well. And every important question you underline it. And don't underline everything. And the only important questions you underline. That will help you. And please write the contents. See, if you are starting an essay, and please write it only for the long essay. Number it properly, write the essay, then write the title and write the contents. So all these contents, if you write, the examiners go through these things. So definitely, even if you miss one point, please don't miss it. But thing is that even if you miss one point towards the end, the examiner is not going to bother, because he knows that the person knows that that the candidate knows all the things out there. So definitely he is going to put good marks for you. This is how a good paper is written. This is again DDH. Okay. So when you have written properly, see, you have prepared well, you know how to write. Again, the food is going to play a big factor. So we have two hormones. What is dopamine, and second is going to be serotonin. And it is good happiness, and maybe it increases your memory also. There are foods which increases the dopamine as well as the serotonin. The first thing is going to be honey. It's not very expensive nowadays because we spend quite a lot of money for the junk food. And at least for your study time, please have a little bit honey, standard honey, decent honey from the market. Every day, if you can take one spoon early in the morning, that increases the dopamine and serotonin increase. And second thing is that chocolates. A good talk. I'm not talking about the 50 pice chocolate. A good chocolate. If you put a good chocolate in your mouth, and again it increases this hormone secretion that increases your memory properly. So the thing is that you will be able to write, and the mindset is also going to be good. So definitely, please try to have honey and not junk foods, good foods like this. And on the day of examination, if you can take 2 3 chocolate along with you, not with the wrapper, plain chocolate with you, and in between also you can have during the examination also you can have. But the problem is that if you have a wrapper, again it is going to be a problem. But please don't use the wrapper. Otherwise, you can just put it in a what is it, tissue paper, plain tissue paper. I can take it, and in between you just put it one. So every time if it is in the mouth and if it is being leaked into the stomach, so you get the glazed serotonin as well as dopamine secretion. And there are three contraindications. Please don't have tapioca, please don't have potato, and please don't have ginger, or at least on the day of examination, because it reduces these hormones levels. So again, it acts as a negative factor. Please don't have right to have puri bhaji out there or tapioca or increased ginger. Again, mental attitude. Have you seen Virat Kohli waiting in the duck to come out? He is ready to come out. He should get a chance and to play and to perform himself. See, the thing is that if you are prepared well and if you know how to write, if your mental attitude is right, then you are waiting for your chance. Examination is a one area you can just go and have a big bang. So definitely that helps quite a lot. See, if you have that positive attitude, we can conquer everything which you need in the entire life. Examination is nothing actually. I'm just here sitting here. I've just come up through a lot of tests and trials in life, and I tell you something. See, they have adequate preparation, and maybe and if you perform an examination in such a pattern, that confidence is going to remain the lifetime. Always have a broader idea, visualization in a very proper pattern, and positive affirmation. I'm going to do it because I've studied. I know how to write, and whatever comes, I'll go to write it. And unless you write first BDS examination, you can't go to the second BDS, second to third, third to fourth. After internship, again PG, maybe super specialization, going abroad, maybe up to MTech you can go nowadays. So all these things, definitely every stage examination is there. And again, revision is again important factor. And see, if you don't get sleep, I tell you something. And just go lie on the bed and just try to remember what you have learned. 1 to 2, maximum 3 questions. By the time you remember, you'll be slept. Try to remember these things such a way that you also get a good sleep. And prayer. There are, we all believe in God, and some atheists are also there. Whatever it is, just keep it with you. Then please do understand this way. There is an Almighty, a power beyond us, who is controlling the entire universe, maybe entire world, entire planet, and we have to submit in front of that ultimate power. So in the Kurukshetra war, Krishna could have been anywhere. He could have been with Arjuna. He could have been with that Kauravas, but he always tried to be with Arjuna. You know why? Because Arjuna was the best warrior. I'll tell you something. Arjuna felt safe being with him just because Arjuna was the best warrior. When you do your best, God will be with you, and if you take rest, God also will take rest. Please do understand this way. And again, we'll revise today's topic again. If you are spreading next year, I'm just talking. So every day, 1 to 2, 1 hour is enough. Along with your IQ level, nowadays children have 1 hour study is enough. Writing part, practical, and other works totally different. But 1 hour is maximum enough. If you spend 1 hour properly every day, you can clear a civil service examination also. And always set a short-term goals and long-term goals according to your abilities, your inputs, and you have to work for it also. And when you set the goals, it must be realistic. And always write notes. Notes are going to help you. See, I tell you something. See, a class, if a teacher gives notes, maximum it is going to be 80% only. Nobody can give you 100%. But you can go to the library on the same day. You can refer one or two texts and additional points, 2 or 3 points. If you take, just keep it with you. See, this first year's notes also useful for the entrance examination. Not only in India. If you are going abroad, definitely every exam, every struggle, or maybe every step you have to give examination. See, if you have your own notes, your own handwriting, it takes how many minutes you understand this? See, if you start studying the text and a Gray's Anatomy page 1 onwards, it takes a huge time. So this is going to be difficult. So always write your own notes and please write references also. So it's easy for you to in the future also if you want to go to the text and if you want to refer, it's possible. And before start studying, please just open the syllabus and try to see what is there. Go to the previous years, at least 6 to 8 question papers and try to get the important questions. Otherwise, your teachers are capable enough to give you the good questions, important. Second is important and least important questions. So less frequently asked questions. Always use technology. Nowadays, we use quite a lot of surfing in the mobiles. Why not later for academics also? Campus is one of the best place in earth. Please use all the resources. Go to library every day. Try to spend 1 hour, most peaceful area. Try to use your own, find your own recreation, something. At least 30 to 45 minutes, just go for a walk every day. Previous year's question paper, you have to refer it. You have to find out which are the repeated questions and try to practice the question papers. Not the complete question paper every day, at least one question every day, so that it will be easy for you. When the question comes, it will be easy for you. And if you study the 250 topics, it is 100%. There will be nothing beyond, nothing beyond. If you have any problem, just ask us. And all the group studies again important. And you have learned something. And if you have studied alone, you have learned something, just come and tell your friends. Definitely that will concrete. That subject will be concreted. And writing is again important. Writing is again important. 1 minute, just got stuck. Writing is again important. Sorry, I just got stuck. So writing is again important. You have to write in such a way. See, please write the title, number outside the margin, long essays. Please write the contents, diagrams wherever possible, underline with a red pen, only important points. You can box it, you can write it in bold letters, and if there is a comparison, you can write it in boxes. And definitely when you do this, and if you know the evaluator's point, if you push the important points, the evaluator will run through these points. Food is important. Please try to have dopamine elevators, at least 1 spoon of honey and a chocolate if it is possible. On the day of examination, honey, and if you take chocolates, and even if it is not allowed inside, you can have out from outside and go. It will have a dopamine rush. And please pray. Please pray to the Almighty. And maybe you can meditate also. If you're not a believer, if you can meditate also, definitely you have a peaceful time, quiet time. So always have positive mental attitude. Just always think that I've studied, I've got to do it. When you have this attitude, you'll counter anything, any struggle which is coming on your way in the future. Thank you and all the very best. And hope all of you do all the your best in your examination. And may God Almighty bless you and hope all of you will have a bright future ahead. Thank you.